If you're still manually sifting through Everbee data, cross-referencing different trends that you think are popping off, and trying to understand what products you should design next, you are losing money in 2026. AI has completely transformed how I do my product research, and before you click off and you go, this is an AI video, I don't know how to use AI, I am going to break it down for you. This is going to be my exact workflow on how I utilize Everbee, who I'm partnering with on this video, to export that data and get some rich insights that are perfect for me. We're going to be able to analyze thousands of data points, find unsaturated niches, and get targeted ideas that work for your individual shop. I can show you all day, every day, what is popping off, what is showing as a top trend right now, and I'm going to keep doing that because I love doing that. But it is important for me to show you how to do it on your own in case there are trends and insights that I am missing that you can find that are perfect for your own business. I have been utilizing Everbee for the last couple of years for my own print-on-demand business, and today I am partnering with them to show you how you can use their mountain of gold mine data and filter that down for your own business. It is really easy to utilize Everbee and see thousands of sales figures, revenue, tags, all types of data points, and that can become very overwhelming to understand what is actually working. And a lot of sellers just give up and they say, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. The research is the most important part of print on demand. Most sellers are either getting overwhelmed or picking the first good niche they see. Both of these are fatal. We need a way to identify quick patterns, cross-reference that with other platforms to see what is actually working in the real world outside of Etsy as well, and then drill that down for the types of products that we want to launch. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do this. And I know AI can get kind of overwhelming, so I'm going to give you the step-by-step overview on exactly how to make this work and how to prompt it to get you what is important for you and your business. The first step is just go over to Etsy and make sure you're using your Everbee plugin extension. If you've never heard of Everbee before, it is a back-end Chrome extension that allows you to see back-end metrics to what is performing on Etsy. You can see different sales figures. You can also see the different tags that are working and get understanding of how different products are trending over the space based on estimates for the platform. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit product analytics on the homepage and make sure that I am looking at the entire Everbee database of over 130 million listings. This data is going to automatically default to the last month of revenue. You can absolutely change this if you want to go to all-time, last 12 months, last 3 months, because if I extend this window, it's gonna include the Q4 holiday season. I'm gonna choose to stick with last month because I really kind of wanna see what is happening in 2026 and keep clean outside of Q4 that ends up being this huge monster of a quarter that can kind of muddy the data with super seasonal items. I wanna go after evergreen niches. But if you want to do some more holiday data, you can absolutely do that. Once you have this, you're gonna hit this beautiful little button, export, and you're going to get an email to your inbox as long as you're signed up with Everbee, which I will include a link in the description below, to get this information into your inbox so we can utilize that data. So once this data lands in your inbox, you can open it up and you're gonna immediately see how much information is in this table and all the different types of columns with that information. So you're gonna be able to see the product link, the shop name, shop link, price, estimated sales, estimated revenue. Again, during this time frame, it's not gonna have everything because I didn't want everything, but it's gonna have all the other data points that we're able to see within Everbee, as well as the tag information as well. So we can start to understand what are different tags that are performing well. If you just have this data, you're immediately gonna be like, what do you do with this, right? But what we can do now is we can utilize platforms for free that will allow us to dig deep into this information and pull out insights that are customized to what you are launching, whether that's something that you are just getting off the ground or new products that are in your specific niche and category. The next step I'm going to do is go over to NotebookLM. You can simply Google NotebookLM, log in utilizing your Gmail account, and you will be landing on this default page, and we are gonna hit create a new notebook. NotebookLM is great because it allows us to give this platform a source, and the data in this is all of this platform is going to see. It's not going to go ahead and look at other things. We're specifically getting this special little clean data set that we can start prompting it and asking it different questions. Once I have my untitled notebook open, I'm just going to hit upload files and we're going to connect a source. And the only thing we're going to connect in here is going to be that export that you just downloaded from Everbee. It might take a little bit of time, but this is by design. It is thinking, it's analyzing the data. You haven't asked it anything yet, but what it has done here is it's popped up a summary of what it has found in the data. So it shows us this is a comprehensive look at popular consumer trends across various e-commerce categories, and it's gonna go across all these different types of categories that we are gonna want to pare it down, but it's good to know that it has an understanding. And what it will do next is it's gonna actually spit out some potential prompts given the data that it's seen so far. So right off the bat, it's asking, what are the trending categories for personalized gifts in 2026? How do luxury handmade items compare to digital downloads in sales? And identify the top performing niche markets within the home and living sector. These are all great questions to ask, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with the first one about personalized gifts in 2026. While it's doing that, in this studio section, you can see these different types of project-based items that you can create. I like to see the data and prompt it for those responses, but I'm also a very visual learner, so I'm just gonna ask it to create an infographic and see what it comes back with. That'll be working on the side, but the answers just came here. So it shows us that the top trending categories for personalized gifts in 2026 are personalized jewelry and keepsakes, birthstone and family pieces, memorial and fingerprint jewelry. That's interesting. That could be a really big one for print on demand. I don't see that many people talking about a lot of the memorial space, so that's really interesting to me. Custom name designs, we know, custom apparel and accessories, embroidered sleeve detail, now possible with Printify, so we love that too. Puff print and embossed test. I have been wanting a print on demand partner to launch puff print and embossed for so long. If anybody hears of somebody that can do this, please let me know. Pet portrait apparel. I haven't seen that much pet portrait apparel other than kind of like the bootleg t-shirt. So the list goes on, and these are a little bit more generic, but again, something interesting to take a look at and just make sure that you're grounding yourself in the data. And right off the bat, it gives you a few other prompts to say, tell me more about the trend for pet portrait apparel. I'm gonna hit that. Okay, and no surprise here, it brings up the bootleg retro aesthetic. We've seen these t-shirts popping off, continues to be a topic here as well. Custom embroidered portraits. So the embroidery is often placed on the chest of the sweatshirts and hoodies, utilizing the pet face. Beyond t-shirts, loungewear, custom pajama pants, embroidered baseball caps. We saw the hats, I did a whole video on hats. I will link that here as well. And more about the memorials. I think this is really interesting, and this is an insight that I am pulling out that will continue to be an evergreen niche that maybe not everybody wants to design in, but could be huge given that people are going to want to remember their pet, and most people don't focus on the SEO of memorial. So I think this could be a really big one. You can continue to go down this rabbit hole, right? And just drill in and say, tell me more. What are the top tags with pet portrait? I want to get a little bit more nuanced, and so I'm going to ask it some additional questions about print on demand and other trends it's seeing. So I'm gonna ask it, what are the top trends for products that have been live for 1 to 2 months only? I only want data for non-trademarked items and items that are presumably print on demand, not DIY. And while it is thinking over there, it has spit out my infographic, so I'm gonna look at it. So what it showed us for February of 2026 is the data in here is showing this amount of units sold, and for the revenue leading categories, it is showing home and living with like actual, I saw a lot of like sinks and marble sinks popping up, obviously not applicable for print on demand, but interesting nonetheless. We next see books, movies, and music taking up a next top spot. This is one where I might stay away from this category. I assume a lot of this is gonna be trademarked, but good to know that if there's a way to dance around that, it is the second largest category. And this section here, I think, is quite the insight, the power of personalization. Customization is universal, and nearly 80% of the top performing listings offer personalization or custom variants. We've talked about personalization for a very long time with print on demand. It is amazing that that is a product that we can offer. And so if you are not offering personalization, you are missing out on up to 80% of the revenue here. So definitely a consideration for your own business. Custom name bracelets and birthstone rings are dominating. We can now do custom jewelry on Printify. What I love about these trends is that Printify is also keeping an eye on these trends, and that's why these different product launches are coming about. They're seeing what people are buying, and they're looking for different suppliers that can get those to us so that it's possible for us to do with print on demand. Okay, popping back to my data that it gave me, here we can see the dated and milestone ornaments. So there is still quite a few in the last 2 months, products and revenue filling in for milestone ornaments. So something to keep in mind for next next Q4 and next Christmas. Engagement keepsakes, a huge engagement opportunity across the platform. Stained glass style portraits. This is one that I have seen popping up. The aesthetic of being able to turn a photo into something that looks like stained glass has been a top opportunity. And that is something that with AI, you can absolutely ask AI to take this photo and turn it into more of a stained glass mosaic, and it will do that, and then that can be printed or even embroidered in a lot of instances. Obviously, personalized embroidered apparel is number one. Name drop baby rompers, that's really cute. Dated stockings, still from Christmas. Custom children's books is interesting. Large format interactive prints, being able to have posters that call out different game or party activities is really interesting. And then gift boxes is another really big one here too, which there are platforms like Printonic that we're gonna be able to make these gift boxes. So this data is super helpful, especially seeing that winter care gift boxes are applicable. It is still winter, thinking about spring, all the different types of seasons that we could play around with these ideas. But I'm not stopping here. This is really great information, but I actually now want to expand beyond this data set and make sure that we're cross-referencing with all of the other trends that are happening. What's great about NotebookLM is it's gonna be this untouched little silo data set, but now I want to start to bring in data across the internet as well. And the way I'm gonna do that is to go over to Gemini. What is great about Gemini is now you can actually connect your NotebookLM sources to Gemini and use it for additional prompts as well. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit new chat, and then where it has this little plus sign, I'm gonna connect my NotebookLM with the data that I uploaded today. And then I'm gonna hit it with a prompt of analyze the data in this notebook to provide 10 product ideas for non-trademarked goods. These ideas should be doable with print-on-demand products only, no DIY. Use the top tags and top trending products to provide these product ideas. I'm also gonna ask it to cross-reference with Google Trends to make sure that these are sound ideas. Great, and so it is giving me these ideas live, so let's walk through them. The first one, personalized name, history, and meaning blankets. The second one, minimalist Roman numeral milestone apparel. I love that as well. Birth month flower floral art prints. I see a lot of birth month flower mugs, but I haven't seen as many doing that on posters, so that could be really interesting. Mama, grandma, personalized sleeve print hoodies. The sleeve print is continuing to scale, so that's exciting to see. Custom star map night sky posters. So this is going to be taking a look at the star map by date and night sky. Given that you can make a sentimental gift, once again, you can utilize customer provided dates and locations and generate a visual of the constellations as they appeared on that specific night. Each night has like a different constellations that are visible, so that's a really cool way to commemorate a specific date that I have not seen popping up, and you can do a lot with this. The retro 90s bootleg style shirts are still popping up. Future Mrs. Wedding planning totes. The totes are continuing to rise in popularity across the platform. Reading challenge, bookshelf habit tracker posters. The book lover and reader niche is highly active with products like book trackers showing steady interest. A poster featuring an empty bookshelf where readers can write in the titles they finished is a popular functional decor item. Very interesting. And I like this one too. New home watercolor style commemorative puzzles. You can do puzzles with print on demand, and you can create a new home themed product that takes a picture of that new home, changes it to a watercolor style portrait utilizing AI, and then offers that as a new home gift. I love that one. Some of these are kind of broad, so I'm gonna go even deeper, and I'm gonna say provide more nuanced and niche down ideas. This is really good for if you are wanting to launch a print on demand business and you just haven't really been able to settle on what type of business you want to launch. This is gonna give you all of those great ideas, and as one kind of strikes your interest, just start to hammer out additional questions. What other products could you launch in this? What are the best tags and terms that would give early traction for this niche? And just keep making it more and more specific to the business you want to be launching or you want to start scaling into. Here it's given us some ideas. Gothmas Celestial Winter Apparel, interesting. We knew that Gothmas was kind of picking up, and Gothic apparel, witchy apparel has been popping up given some of the Pinterest trends and fair trends as well. Pet breed and human hobby mashup stickers. I like this one. We're gonna niche down, not just pet or pet breed specific. We're gonna cross niche that with human activities. So Golden Retriever Hiking Club, super fun. Those that have a Golden Retriever and like to hike, this would be a perfect kind of mashup between the two of them. They're saying stickers, but this could work for mugs, this could work for t-shirts, sweatshirts, anything that fits this type of niche. Nona Chic Illustrated Recipe Kitchen Towels, another really good one. Journals that cross niche career specific wellness, I love that as well. And let's say you find one that you like. The pet breed and human hobby one I think is really interesting. Go deeper. I'm gonna prompt Gemini to give me tags that are performing well in this niche. And just like that, it gave me so many good ideas. So it researched what was performing well in that last 1 month data set and broke it down into different identifiers by category that allows you to actually still be niche down to this category, but expand to not just the club, but also those additional hobbies. So for example, they have the official club identifier. So combining specific breeds with hobby-based clubs or societies creates an exclusive community feel that performs well in search. So Golden Retriever Hiking Club, Golden Retriever Reading Society, Golden Retriever Gaming Squad, Golden Retriever Gardening Partner. All of these are really cool ways to still niche down into Golden Retrievers, but allow yourself some breadth to go after different hobbies in case one of them is going to strike gold, and then you can double down and start making more products and more products across that category. So I love that. They also call out some of the different styles that were rising to the top and increasing a lot of revenue for these products. You can consider making retro 90s style theme, vintage silhouette, minimalist line work, dark academia decor. These are all things that you could change the style of these products because they are performing well with top sellers. And then adding in these gift modifiers that I think is so important. Gift for book lover's mom, personalized Golden Retriever dad gift, unique hiking gift idea. These are all areas where it gets really specific, but also is based off of actual concrete hardcore data that I love and will not incorporate unless I have that information. And it just goes on to give me more and more information, as well as going after more of general tags that we know are going to be super competitive. What I love here is now that I've taken this information, I've put it into Gemini, it goes beyond the data set as well. So it's cross-referenced this data with what has been performing well on Google search in this nuanced category. So it gives us some of these combinations. So reading and cats, Maine Coon Reading Society, hiking and large dogs, Golden Retriever Hiking Club, gaming and trendy dogs, Frenchie Gaming Squad, and gardening and multi-pet. Having all of your pets there, what a cool insight that I would have never thought about. It also gives you this tip of use the embroidered or varsity crew neck tags for higher priced items and waterproof decal or matte vinyl for lower priced, high volume sticker products. Just amazing the data that we can actually utilize here that I find to be way more intuitive than me taking a look and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, trying to filter out things that are perfect for my niche. You can absolutely use this data set and just prompt it, hey, I'm in the bachelor and bridesmaid category. What are new trends that are coming across this niche in this category that I should be incorporating into my print on demand shop within this product category? It's going to be able to spit those out directly instead of you having to spend hours analyzing it. And I like analyzing the data, but this speeds it up for me so I can actually cut it down to what is important to me. If this information is helpful for you, please go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, drop a comment, engage with my content. That allows me to keep making all of this. I will drop a link to Everbee in the description below in case that's something that you want to check out. I am an Everbee partner, so I would get some sort of affiliate commission, but they do have a free plan if you just want to play around with the data and start to understand how powerful it could be for your business and see if it fits with your business model. I will catch you on the next one.